We already knew for decades that this is happening in schools. So we need action. We need a vision.
More than 1,000 complaints have been made to Quebec student ombudsman over the last year, and sexual violence complaints top the list. With the new school year about to start, advocates are calling for the government to step in and take action to reduce sexual violence in schools.
We know that sexual violence is the less reported crime. So when we realize that it's the first one that comes out of all complaints for le protecteur national de l'élève, well, we see that there's an emergency there because there's a gap in between what's happening on the ground.
Last year, Quebec student ombudsman was rolled out as a new mechanism for handling complaints in schools. They received thousands of calls, and 1,000 of them were logged as official complaints.
A number of those were related to violence, both sexual violence and bullying and other kinds of violence. There were over 100 complaints related to sexual violence.
That's about 10% of the total complaints, coming from students, parents, and others.
A student or a parent has to have already tried to address the situation at the school level and then at the school board or school service center level before it comes to us. And so many situations are resolved earlier on. The ones that are coming to us tend to be quite complex, and I think that has struck us.
Mélanie Lemay, co-coordinator of Voix des jeunes compte collective, says not enough is being done for prevention.
The front lines aren't trained to receive even or being able to detect sexual violence. We don't have services wide across the province to actually intervene and make sure that the youths who also are committing those acts don't do it again.
We've completed our first year, and we have made a number of recommendations that have been put in place. And our recommendations, sometimes they're very direct, so it's about separating the students involved and really concrete actions to make sure they're not crossing paths. Sometimes it's related to making a protection and a support plan.
The Quebec Student Ombudsman is expected to release their annual report in early 2025 and highlight the issues more in depth. Lemay says she wants to see a provincial bill that would help develop an action plan.
Nothing has happened on that topic, and we feel that we're leaving survivors behind.
City News reached out to Quebec's Education Ministry but did not hear back in time for our deadline.
We want leadership and action.
In Montreal, Alyssia Rubertucci, City News.